Welcome back to the Toon Chat podcast. I'm your host, as always, Coleslaw, and today I am bringing you peak YouTube videoing. And that's because I'm going to be making a tier list. Except this tier list is one that I've never really seen done before, so this should be a lot of fun. I have deliberately chosen 15 of the best cartoon creators / showrunners of all the animated shows I have seen, and then I ranked them using this handy dandy tier maker site. They all actually rank from S tier down to A- tier. These people are all just so crazy talented, and it was difficult to rank, but I did it anyways, so cue that logo and let's get going. I'd like to start by just plopping a few of the creators that didn't quite make the top 15 up here on the screen, because they definitely deserve some recognition, so here they are. Yay! Now I think I'll go by listing these peeps in alphabetical order by last name, so let's do that. To start it off, we got Matt Braley. Matt Braley's show is simple, but done very well. He takes you away on a fantasy world as good as any show can. The show ended pretty recently, but it ended super duper well. And that show is, of course, Amphibia. So we'll start by putting Braley in the A- tier. Up next, we got Owen Dennis. Owen Dennis is a brilliant man who deserved so much better. His show manages so well to find that gray area of cartoon between adult animation and children's animation, but his show got canceled halfway through its life, and it was so incredibly sad. That is, of course, the fantastic Infinity Train. So you can go in A- as well. Then you got Michael DiMartino. DiMartino is a lot like James Cameron, actually. He came up with a fantastic franchise in the mid-2000s, and is exclusively living in that fantastically done world. Both of their projects are named Avatar. Coincidence? I think not. But DiMartino's work is At Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, of course. So that is an A+ man right there. Next up, you got one of my personal favorite creators, because he also has a twin sister, but that's Alex Hirsch. And he just incorporates so much mystery and great story into his shows. And his works include Gravity Falls, Inside Job, as well as vocals on the Owl House, so that is well deserving of an S tier. And now we got who might just be the most underrated creator on this whole list, with Craig McCracken. Like, his resume is just absolutely stacked. The shows may not be my cup of tea exactly, but I still recognize this guy as a stellar cartoon creator. His works include Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home, Wander Over Yonder, and Kid Cosmic, so A+ tier for this lad. And then you got the Vivian Madrano next. I've given so much praise to his creator, but I will continue to do so forever. Vivian's work as an indie creator is literally mind-blowing, especially with how well it is done. And the work that she does is Hesman Hotel, Hello Boss, as well as Zoophobia. So Viv gets to be on that A+ tier. Next up, you got Dan Povenmire. One of my girlfriend's favorites. Povenmire just has such a great resume and has been in the cartoon industry for a long while, so you get to recognize his greatness. His work includes Phineas and Ferb, Milo Murphy's Law, and Hamster and Gretel, so well-deserved S tier for this man. Our next creator here is going to be Olin Rogers, and Olin is a comedian in all the senses of the word, and it reflects on his original Adult Swim cartoon. He reminds me so much of Justin Roiland because he's very comical, a great voice actor, and produced a really fun adult animated show. So that show being, of course, Final Space. So A- tier for Rogers. Then next up, I'm grouping these two together, but you got Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon. These two might be the best comedy director duo of all time, and they do so much of the work on their projects. They're both excellent voice actors. It's so impressive. Their work includes Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites, and they also have voice acting roles, like I said. So A+ tier for these two. Then next up, you got N. Stevenson. Stevenson took a franchise that should not have worked as a reboot and absolutely just ran with it. Stevenson made what I would call the best cartoon reboot of all time, and that is, of course, She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. So we will dump this one into the A- tier. And following Stevenson, you got Rebecca Sugar, and I am certainly biased because Rebecca made my favorite show of all time, but Sugar really is an excellent cartoon creator. Their passion towards projects is unbeatable, very admirable, and the works, of course, include Steven Universe, Steven Universe the movie, and Steven Universe Future. So A tier for my fave. Then next up, you got a man whose name's not easy to pronounce, but it is Genndy Tartakovsky. One of the most talented directors out there. Anything with his name attached to it will be a guaranteed work of art. His works include Primal, Samurai Jack, Symbionic Titan, and Unicorn Warriors Eternal whenever that comes out. So S tier for him. Then next up, you got Dana Terrace. Dana Terrace took the cartoon world by storm with her fresh original Disney Channel show. It became arguably the most popular show of the 2020s, and if you watch it, you'll understand why that is. That show is, of course, The Owl House, so let's go with A tier for Terrace. And then you got a bit of an interesting one here. You got Guillermo del Toro. So Del Toro is more known for his beautifully creepy live-action feature films, but he's dabbled into the cartoon side of things, and it's very good. His work includes the entire Tales of Arcadia franchise, so Trollhunters, Three Below, Wizards, and the movie Rise of the Titans. So we'll go with A tier for Toro. And lastly, you got Pendleton Ward, super impressive showrunner who was born out of indie fame. His style of work stands out from the rest, and it's always top-notch. His work includes Adventure Time Distant Lands, Bravest Warriors, and Midnight Gospel. So wrapping it up, we'll give Ward the S tier. So there you have it, my tier list of the 15 bestest animated TV showrunners out there. Shout out to all those people, they are incredible. And now I'm going to swiftly transition to everyone's favorite segment, What the Dump Happened Last Month. In the month of August, we got the premiere of previously mentioned Dan Povenmire's new show, Hamster and Gretel. The show itself is fun and wacky, so I thought I'd keep that theme going and make this segment fun and wacky as well. I'm going to do that by describing all 10 episodes of the show that we got so far in exactly 10 words. This method of doing things has been done a whole bunch on YouTube, but I thought it'd be fun to do, so we're gonna do it too. Let's do it. Kevin and Fred are the best characters, even without powers. Unlikable character gets even more unlikable. Hamster is cool though. Good pacing, intriguing enough story. Also, this is the best. Math and cartoons sort of mix, I guess. Also, animated Dan. Clearly don't get along as well as Dipper and Mabel. Sentient evil mustache. That's all that needs to be said. Fred is officially a better gymnast than Simone Biles, confirmed. An opera onion lady delivers the show's best vocal performance. Kevin's stuck in comic shop with girl from Lazy Town. Horse concert with a rap battle in it, because, yeah. So, that makes it so Recipe for Disaster is the best episode, and then the worst episode is Okie Dokie. I'm looking forward to see what Dan has cooking for the remainder of the season. But with that, that's all the time I have for this month. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next month. See ya!